picture this. If you're in high school or college, you have your first love. You want to do a romantic evening in downtown. You've been planning it for a little bit. You've got the right restaurant picked out, right afterwards activities to do, and in between all of those things, of course, you want to keep the romance alive and go with that nice carriage ride with the sparkly carriage and beautiful horse with the braid and long tail and all that. And then somebody tells you, no, you can't.
San Antonio done blew it.
Well, this is real talk. San Antonio.
They are threatening the ability to do horse carriage rides and wanting to replace them with Teslas.
You should just replace it with spaceships.
I know. So they want to. So right now, there's consideration to ban the horse carriage rides from San Antonio. Apparently, the main concern, there's two concerns right now, is traffic, which
What traffic?
I've worked in downtown San Antonio for I think 2.5 years, and I personally have never had any traffic issues specifically for those horse carriage rides.
I've lived here my entire life, and I cannot think of any instance where it's like, God, get that damn horse out the way.
And the only times that I can think of where I was driving behind one was when I was going into those little like narrow streets, like going
like side streets,
the side street, like
kind of like alley street almost.
Yeah, like for example, Rainforest Cafe downtown, right? There is like to get there, you have to take the back roads if you want to get closer to the restaurant or park.
Right.
And there maybe, but I've never been on like Cesar Chavez or whatever, and like
what's going on?
Yeah,
what's the hold up? And you look out the window.
The big ass horse.
Get out the way, Winnie. Like what?
Yeah, so I've never. So that to me is a little silly, but whatever.
Geez.
The other one is
traffic.
Traffic.
All right.
The other one is pollution because
Pollution.
Apparently, they're saying like not pollution,
they drop hairs behind or what?
Well, I guess maybe not pollution because they were saying more like experience, like it smells like diesel because of the kind of trucks that they have there, like the double-decker trucks, and then they have horse manure smell, whatever.
Do they leave the trucks running while the horses are doing their thing? I mean,
I don't know. And then actually there's another concern, which was the health.
My eyes could just roll back in my head right now. I would allow them to run around my brain because this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
The last one is the health of our poor little horses. Animal activists are taking a stand.
What?
Specifically, Miss Maria Smith stating that she just doesn't want to do it. It's unhealthy for the horses.
Maria. Come on.
Yeah. So right now, the city council has met up 8 different times on the matter, right? Not only for this thing, obviously they have other things going on, but there is a proposal from 2 individuals, which I forgot their names. I don't have them here. It's on the article.
Who cares? They're ridiculous.
That are stating that they're trying to have this completely banned, right? Which I think it's so silly because in San Antonio, there's like maybe I'm biased as I live here, but I think Hemisphere Park, I think the Alamo, right? And then the Riverwalk, and then the horse carriage rides.
Yeah.
Those are things that are like even like when you see like little tourism things, you always see those things passing by. It's like a nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
And the thing about it too is like I am all about upgrading and understanding.
Yeah, moving with the time, staying relevant, all that stuff. But they're gonna replace it with something that looks like a carriage that doesn't have a horse in front of it.
Yeah. And so Philadelphia,
What?
Philadelphia has kickstarted that whole process, right? But even then,
the city of brotherly love that's so mean to everything in the whole entire world. We want to follow their lead. Are you kidding me? That is like the dumbest, lamest idea I've ever heard in my life. I think they should just flush it. So, flush it with the freaking horse turds. I don't care. All of it is dumb.
Yes, but check this out.
No.
Okay, let's think of it like this. Even if they replace the horse carriage ride, right? Something natural, something that's like nostalgia. With this, it doesn't eliminate traffic.
Are they going to drive fast with? Because it's not enclosed. It's just like a carriage.
Yeah.
They're going to drive fast with people in there?
Yeah, and then on top of it, like
seriously,
you're replacing it with an electric thing for whatever. Maybe this is the smell of the manure, but then you're still going slow. You're not offering the same experience, and it's just
what's the point? Just if you're going to scrap it, freaking scrap it all the way.
Yeah. And then, so that's regarding...
Follow Philadelphia.
Yeah, regarding the traffic part of it is silly, right? Because that's not going to remedy anything. And then, on top of it, we had this discussion for the animal rights activists. Look, I get it. I strongly believe that we should care for everything, blah, 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 right? But it's still very silly because they already have rules and regulations to protect the horse. They've already established rules that drop the amount of hours that they can work.
Yeah, and they can't work over 8 now.
Yeah. Like it's like 10 hours or something. They have to have a 16-hour break or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they have to have a specific mileage. And it also already states that if it's 97 degrees outside, 95 degrees outside, they could only work specific things. Like they already have regulations to protect the horse. And it's not like they're like slaving away, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like making them drag something, tons and tons and tons heavy or something like.
And forgive me if I'm over speaking because I'm not a horse person. And honestly, I have a friend that has horses, so I'm curious what she thinks about this. But like, I thought animals like to actually work. Like, don't they like to get put to work a little bit? Like, in order for them to stay
there's
healthy.
Been a lot of like things that show that animals like that approval. They like the stimulus, all of that. And I mean, to be honest, like most people that work with animals, they actually, they care for animals too. They're like, animal activists aren't the only ones that care about animals.
Yeah.
People who use animals in, in industry and whatnot, like they actually do like animals too.
Yeah.
So they're not just there, treating them badly necessarily.
It's not like Blackfish situation where they, like the whales are. Yeah, like there's a specific care to them, especially like if you want them to behave. I'm sure that they they're making sure they're okay. I don't know. It's all silly. So there is comments here that kind of make sense. Like I know that the individual who's actually running for mayor stated that he
I'm not voting for him right now. I already know now. Ridiculous.
He stated that he is
gonna have my endorsement. That sound like a grumpy old lady.
Right. He's down for the cause specifically because of the heat and stuff like that that's going on, right? And all that. So at the end of the day, the care is there, but the idea remains the same. There's already regulations. There's also an air pollution situation where the air pollution states that it's X amount that they can't do it. So, like everything's already in place.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to tweak some of those things, then tweak them. Fine. Yeah. I mean, we're tweaking things all the time in our city, but I mean, just pushing to ban it for these reasons is ridiculous. Speaking of animal activists, according to Pete, if you take a rat and you turn it on its back and you tickle it, the rat will laugh out loud. And it would definitely be laughing out loud at this ridiculousness that these people are talking about.
But then again, like with the animal activists saying, hey, that's abnormal for them to be laughing. Like, don't do that. Like, why is everybody such an extremist? Like, why?
To pick on every little thing in life. Calm down. Enjoy life. Take a deep breath.
What's surprising about all this, right, is that they actually put a poll out to say, like, to ask the general public. It wasn't a large poll. It wasn't a large amount of people. But a good chunk of people were saying, yeah, let's ban it. Like, people from San Antonio were saying, let's ban it. At the end of the day, like, all this, right now it's put on pause, thankfully, right? And to be 100% honest with you, I think that it's inevitable that it's eventually going to change because with everything going on, all the construction, but it's going to be a sad day. I'm biting it, and I hope it doesn't happen at least anytime soon. But because, unfortunately, things like this are subject to change, I would encourage you guys to just go out there and enjoy your last ride.
That sucks, man. Romance is dead. Just kidding.
What do y'all think? Would y'all like this to be banned? Like, do you feel like it'd be beneficial one way or the other?
Do you approve of this ridiculousness? Or are you like with us? Like, stop it.
Hey, why?
Behave yourself.
Hey guys,
Thank you for watching that little clip. We'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and hey, even share some of our videos out there. We premiere every Monday at 11, so be there. Live chat. We'll be there hanging out with you and, having a good time. See you next time. Bye.